Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good reprieve from classes. I've really enjoyed the past 8 weeks, so I'm really looking forward to digging into the next 8 weeks with y'all. So the 6 acts of kindness that I did over the past week. Last week, middle of the week, I texted a guy that just recently, over the past few months, have started coming to church with his girlfriend. And he's new to the faith. She had been around church before, so she kind of knew what to expect, but he's brand new. And even though she hasn't been with him over the past couple weeks, he's come in with his mom even. And so I just texted him and just wanted to see how he was doing. And he's my age, so it's kind of nice in a church with a lot of older people to have somebody else kind of my age and same life experience. Another thing I did was ran into an old elementary school teacher of mine, and I was out eating breakfast with friends and saw him and just took 5-10 minutes just to catch up with him, see how he's doing. And he's a trail user. I work out on our recreational trail, and he's one of our big trail users, so I see him here and there, but it was good to just catch up with him and see what he's been up to. Another thing I did was actually my wife and I, Friday and Saturday, we had an Airbnb up in Fort Wayne, and we invited her sister and her new boyfriend to come along, and we just got to know them, got to know him, and had dinner and played games and spent most of the day Saturday together. So it was a really good time just to get to know each other. When we were out Saturday, we went to the farmer's market. I found a guy selling some art, and my best friend went up to PA school in Fort Wayne and had a really good connection with a place up there called the Old Fort, which is the site of the fort where the city was built around. And this postcard has the Old Fort on it. So I bought that for him, and just this morning wrote a message on that, just encouraging him as a PA to right now in COVID. It is crazy. So I just sent him words of encouragement, some scripture, and hope that postcard brings him some joy. Another thing I did last week, my wife had asked, we're hosting Thanksgiving this year for our family, and we've been working on some house projects, and a lot of things have been just kind of left undone for a while, whether because of school or what. But she's like, man, we got to get on this. And so we had normally tried to work on weekends, but I came home from work last week and just got some of this stuff done. So didn't necessarily need done right away, but I thought it's been long enough, it's time to get it done. The last thing I did happened just yesterday. It was in Muncie here, it was raining and cold, and as I was over the weekend, we got our office for the Greenway, the trail system is in an area of town where there's a lot of people who are homeless, and as I was cleaning up a mess that one of the homeless people had left from over the weekend, another person, a woman who was homeless, came and said, I tried to tell them not to leave a mess because this is the only place that we have that we haven't been chased away from or told to leave. And it really just broke my heart because it's getting cold outside and the weather's nasty, and to know that they don't really have anywhere to go, and it happens every year. There's a new rotation of people trying to find shelter from the elements. So I talked with her for a few minutes, just got to know her story a little bit. And then I walked away, did some more work, and then I was like, I need to ask her name. So I went and asked her name, and that really caught her off guard. And that was the hardest act of kindness that I had done this past week, just because there wasn't much else I could do other than talk with her, but that made her day. The reactions that I got from this were gratitude, just simply people wanting to be heard and feeling as if someone cares. And so those were just some of the reactions that I got. And some of the insights that I took away from this as well were they kind of flowed from the reactions that I got from people. Basically, we all have a story in life to share with others, and simply listening to someone else's story indirectly makes us a secondary character in their story. That, as you know, secondary characters help to tell the story of the primary character. And so in the same way, when we simply listen to people's stories and are there to lend an ear, we're validating someone else's experiences of life, even if those experiences are dramatically different from our own. So in the process of listening, we really just put others first. We can't be distracted, or else we're not really listening fully, but only hearing noise. So that was kind of the insight that I took away from that, was that people just want to be heard and be loved. The impact of personal leadership, I think, for this is moving more towards an intentional focus on discipleship. I kind of talked a little bit about that in week 8 and probably week 7 and week 6, as it's kind of been a developing thing over the past few months. But discipleship requires attentive listening. Sometimes just the most valuable thing that we can offer someone is our time. A few minutes to listen to the cry of one's heart or the deep longing of their soul, which would just be the desire to be known and to be heard, validated, and to be loved. So this was a good assignment, stretching in certain ways for sure, but great nonetheless. Thanks, y'all.